Hey, welcome back to Home Studio Pro. In this video, I'm going to spell out how to read a script, which sounds simple, right? Just read it. The words are right there. Read it aloud. You'll be fine. But there is so much more to it when you're actually presenting and delivering a piece of copy. But we need to establish a couple things about this script before you actually perform it, like the origin of the script. Is it coming from a book? Is it coming from somebody who wrote it for you? Did you write it for yourself? Was it originally intended to be read, like with your eyes, and not spoken aloud? There's a lot of things we need to know about these words so we can properly deliver them. There's also the wonder of, like, what's the intended result here? Where is this going? What's the tone? What's the theme? Where's this going to play? What's the context of how people will hear this or maybe even see this? By the way, that's my next point. Are you going to be on or off camera while you're doing this? For example, if I were reading some type of script right now, I'm on camera, so I don't have the ability to edit my words, chop them up, use the best parts. Otherwise, you'll see cuts in the video. I also might be distracted if I'm looking down the entire time while reading this script. You'd also want to know, is there music to be added onto my script that I'm reading? Like, will there be background music? If so, you may want to preview it. If possible, you may want to at least understand what is the tone of this music. Nothing like doing the old Sunday, 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 and then it's like classical music behind you, right? So there is all that to consider. And then ultimately, the delivery of this, the medium, like I said, is this for a podcast? Is this for radio? Is this for television? It's for broadcast? Is it for an e-learning video, corporate production? Where is this going so you have a better idea how to deliver it? And I'm not saying that you need to fall into a preset mold or something that's premeditated. You can be creative. Do it how you want, but just understand at least the context of where in the heck is this voiceover going, this script that you'll be reading. So the origin of the script, again, just to kind of detail in and key in on this, some things that people write, they were meant to be read. Like, they read differently with commas and pauses and words structured and sentences structured. For example, when I write a script for myself, I use a lot of sentences with ... I think I might be doing this video ... to help someone like you in their home studio, instead of commas everywhere and pauses that are different if I'm actually reading it. You might also want to know this, as I am given a script from somebody else, if they wrote it, does this need to be verbatim? Do I have the authority to make even the slightest of changes? Like, sometimes a script will say can't. Well, would I prefer to say cannot? Is that okay? You need to understand if changes are able to be made, and I don't know the answer to that. Maybe you don't either, but it's up to you to find out. And then the delivery. Is this supposed to be sounding like somebody's reading an audiobook? Like, literally, should it be word for word and very smooth and precise like that? Or should it be conversational with, see what I'm doing? Some of those pauses and natural intonations that we all use. So understand all of those things about the origin of the script. The intended result, the energy, the pace, the tone, the pauses, it all factors into perception. So really, let's get a clear grasp of where is this going? What is this for? And I had previously mentioned you'd want to hear, like, what music might be attached to your read, because a lot of times you're not going to hear the music as you're recording your voice or read the script. Will there be any visuals that you need to know about? For example, a lot of times if there's an animation that's going along with it, you would say something like, as you can see here, and you would really kind of call attention to the visual that you know will be seen as you're saying it. You just need a clear understanding of how the end product is going to look, but most importantly, how you can help make it sound. On or off camera, like, being seen will definitely change your performance. Now, I'm a television broadcaster. This camera being here doesn't bother me at all right now. In fact, I feel more natural with this camera recording me. But for some people, they'd rather just slide off the screen. They would rather not be on camera. They'd rather do their thing, or they feel weird if somebody's watching me while I'm reading this and I don't like the faces I make. But it's definitely going to change your performance knowing a camera is there or not. Also, if you are doing this like on camera and you're presented a script, well, what if there's a teleprompter available? Should you use it? Are you comfortable doing that? Have you ever done it before? It's something to consider. Teleprompter, by the way, usually a piece of two-sided glass. Is it two-sided mirror? Is that what it's technically called? But it's a reflection from the camera so I can read the script that a screen is playing the words on. You know what a prompter is. But is that an option? Because a lot of times if I'm subject to reading and being on camera and I'm supposed to be addressing an audience, that's going to be very difficult for somebody for the very first time. I would also recommend sometimes on a shorter script with bigger fonts, you could even tape a piece of paper to the bottom of the lens. You can't see right now, but I'm looking below the camera. I'm looking below the lens. I could be reading off paper right below it without any problem. So there are some tricks, but you need to know, if you're on camera, how is this going to go as you read your script? Because you can't really start and stop unless you understand that the video is going to get edited too, and it's going to look very disjointed, which here on YouTube, maybe for some people, that doesn't matter because I see those cuts, those hard cuts all the time. Okay, music and tone. You must know what type of visuals and what type of audio is going to accompany your track before you record it. You want to go in with that theme. If I know it's going to be smooth jazz, I might want to take my voice here. Or if it's going to be something fun and exciting, I might want to do this with my voice. So you understand, like, the delivery from the very beginning has to match a certain tone that I already know is going to be there. You really do, over time and experience, you learn how to complement tracks with your own voice, right? I know the type of track that's going to be, or the effects, the sound effects, or the natural sound. What if we were doing a nature video? I don't think I want to be very excitable on a nature video. Here comes the bear that's about to sneak up on the owl or whatever. Does that ever happen? You understand how you play your voice into everything else that's about to happen. Okay, how about the delivery and the medium? I failed to mention this before, but it's very important. Are there any time constraints? Will they be editing this? If I've been given the copy for a 30-second script and I take my time with it and read it at about this pace, it's probably going to end up being about a minute long. So that's impossible to edit. You've got to be close on your pace, maybe for time constraints. You might want to know that. Again, the medium, ultimately a promo, an audiobook, a training video. Are you supposed to be a character? Are you doing a voice? Are you just yourself as you read this script? You definitely want to know that too. The platform, is it for social? Is it for broadcast or digital? And does it fit? Like, what you're doing, does it fit ultimately what somebody is hoping to get out of it? So you do need a little bit of direction. Direction is important. Sometimes, and it happens a lot these days more than others, you are your own director. Only you know, only you, as you record this, are going to give yourself feedback. Back in the day, there might have been 5 other people listening as you recorded this to say, no, give it a little bit more, give it a little bit less this. I still get direction to this day when we record promos for our television network, but not all the time. That's a very rare instance in this day and age. So direction helps. Does it fit the end product? Okay, I've got some sample scripts here. I copied and pasted these, and I forget exactly what they were, so give me a second to read this over. Let's figure out, like, the tone. Let's go through this together. How would I read this in real life? Because I'm about to read it. Come experience the excitement at Saratoga Gaming and Raceway, our state-of-the-art facility, beautiful racetrack, casino, dining. So it sounds like it's a promotional, lighthearted commercial. I'm just looking at the amount of words and sentences here. Maybe a 30-second promo, something like that. Keeping with tradition, Saratoga Gaming and Raceway was the first video gaming. So, friendly. I think that's the voice you're going for here. And look at the end. You'll have the time of your life. Okay, so you ready to let it rip? Right? Now, I'm assuming that I'll be reading this, and if there needs to be edits, I'll do it that way. I'm not going to try and do this all in one rip. Okay, here we go. Come experience the excitement at Saratoga Gaming and Raceway. Our state-of-the-art facility offers a beautiful racetrack, casino, and dining facilities, and is located in the quaint and historic Saratoga Springs, a popular destination for over 100 years. In keeping with tradition, Saratoga Gaming and Raceway was the first video gaming property established in New York State. There is so much to do here, odds are you'll have the time of your life. Okay, criticisms. I read that too fast. It's my first read through it. I literally didn't even see it until just now. I didn't key in on the most important parts. Like that, I think is also critical. Let me have a second take at this. Come experience the excitement at Saratoga Gaming and Raceway. Our state-of-the-art facility offers a beautiful racetrack, casino, and dining facilities, and is located in the quaint and historic Saratoga Springs, a popular destination for over 100 years. In keeping with tradition, Saratoga Gaming and Raceway was the first video gaming property established in New York State. There is so much to do here. Odds are you'll have the time of your life. So I kind of like the tag. I don't like that script. Honestly, I don't even really like that script at all. Especially the part where it says a popular destination for over 100 years. I always like to say more than 100 years. And I don't even like the way I'm reading this. So I don't like the way I'm doing this. I don't like the script itself. I'm not feeling this one, but it gives you an idea of how I would read it. Kind of friendly, on the up, on the energetic side. So we'll leave that one aside now. Okay, let's see what this one is here. And I do remember as I copied and pasted these, I tried to pick energetic. I tried to pick, and this one's got some serious tone here to it. So let me just give it a read. 12 jumbo jets crashed every year. Something would be done about it. Every year, nearly 6,000 teens die in automobile accidents. Okay, teen driving deaths. Okay, this is serious. Good news is we can start today. Time to make the world a safer place. Okay, so this is a commercial for Allstate. Okay, so I'm really going to get up here on the microphone and do this differently, right? I'm going to do it this differently. If 12 jumbo jets crashed every year, something would be done about it. Every year, nearly 6,000 teens die in automobile accidents. We can all help stop teen driving deaths, and the good news is we can start today. It's time to make the world a safer place to drive. It's time to make the world a safer place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Allstate, you're in good hands. So let me try that again. And that's part of it, right? Your first read is cold, trying to feel it out. Always give yourself a second opportunity. If 12 jumbo jets crashed every year, something would be done about it. Well, every year, nearly 6,000 teens die in automobile accidents. We can all help stop teen driving deaths, and the good news is we can start today. It's time to make the world a safer place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Allstate, you're in good hands. I want to sell that. This is important, right? This is an important message. If 12 jumbo jets crashed Nope, I didn't. See, took off too quick. Try it again. If 12 jumbo jets crashed every year, something would be done about it. Every year, nearly 6,000 teens die in automobile accidents. Even it's too uplift. This has to come across as the severity it is. If 12 jumbo jets crashed every year, something would be done about it. Every year, nearly 6,000 teens die in automobile accidents. We can all help stop teen driving deaths, and the good news is we can start today. It's time to make the world a safer place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Allstate, you're in good hands. Okay, better. Again, this script, I would change it. I would modify it. It's word for word, right? It doesn't sound like me. It doesn't sound like things I typically say or how I say it. So somebody else is writing, but that's your job, right? To deliver it. Okay. What is this one for? Bracketing is a common technique practiced by photographers when shooting in trick. Okay, so I think this is more from an audiobook perspective, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to read this one flat, right? You're listening for 3 hours straight. I don't want to fatigue your ear. Bracketing is a common technique practiced by photographers when shooting in tricky light situations. All you do is take one picture at the exposure you, your camera, or your handheld light meter thinks is correct. Then take further pictures over and under the initial exposure. This ensures that at least one photo from the set is properly exposed. Okay, that's all right. Could probably do better on the second try, as always. Bracketing is a common technique practiced by photographers when shooting in tricky light situations. All you do is take one picture at the exposure you, your camera, or your handheld light meter thinks is correct. Then take further pictures over and under the initial exposure. This ensures that at least one photo from the set is properly exposed. All right, there's an audiobook. Or flat. Again, I'm trying to predict the medium, where this is going, understand the tone of the script, and what exactly somebody wanted. And let me also say, there's a whole separate side here, which I didn't get to do, but, there's promo voice, the old, deep thundering drive, like I'm on the radio, you're listening to 94.7, that type voice, which you can also do. Those are quicker reads, those are punchier, those almost always sound like that. And you use proximity effect with the microphone. But final tips here on reading a script, practice makes a professional voice. And honestly, professional voice is not even necessarily what I do, but this is something I've learned how to do, control my voice. Number 2, slow down. Even me in this video and the scripts that I just practiced, slow down, Brazil. You'll do better when you slow it down. Multiple takes, as you saw, are usually better. Don't fret if it takes you 6 times. So what? You'll feel it out. You might find that your 4th take was better than your 6th, but give it a couple chances. It's rare that anybody nails it like the first time. You can only be a 1-take Jake so often. It does happen, but not all the time. And yeah, take direction, but also be able to work without it, because you may not have that luxury all the time to have somebody helping and coaching you through it. So how to read a script. There's a little more to it maybe than you had previously thought. I really appreciate you being here. If this video provided you value, thank you for watching. Consider giving it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to this channel for lots more tips and tricks on operating out of your home studio.